Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Objectively Yours portion of the show. And I'm John Mauricio. This afternoon, I have a special guest from way from South Africa. And my guest for today is no other than Dr. Gail Burns, PhD, and she is the expert in hydroponic farming. That's why you see this beautiful arrangement of vegetables and fruit. Again, welcome to our show, Dr. Burns. Okay,
Thank
why
you.
are we? How did you get started with hydroponic farming?
Well, you know, there have been so many food scares lately. There was the romaine lettuce, there was the kale, and one starts to wonder, what is actually safe to eat out there? And I thought to myself, well, if I grow it myself, then I know exactly what goes into it. I like hydroponics because one uses so much less water than traditional agriculture. They say that if you want to feed the population that we're going to have in the future, one needs a landmass of the size of Canada.
Oh my goodness.
To be able to do that. Now, we're not going to get that. So growing things in water, either fresh water, like I have here, my little unit that I grow my herbs and vegetables. I have grown the most incredible basil. So tasty. Such a great smell. You just want to bury your head in it and breathe it in, and perfect for all the comfort foods that we have in winter. Macaroni, cheese, nothing like fresh basil. You pick it from your hydroponic unit and you put it onto your mac and cheese.
This is your hydroponic.
This is one of them, yes.
This is a model that can grow lettuce and.
Oh my, everything that you see here on the table in front of you can be grown in one of these. So we have mint, we've got basil, we've got cherry tomatoes, we've got cucumber, hiding somewhere here is kale and strawberries as well. So really all the antioxidant rich vegetables and fruits that your heart could basically desire. And that brings me to the one thing I really want to tell everybody about today, which are these superfoods from the sea. I know so many people, are from the Philippines that are watching. And did you know that so much of the coast of the Philippines is absolutely perfect for seaweed farming? In fact, in that part of the world, there are 75,000 family farmers and local farmers that make their living from farming things like seaweed, sea moss, and sea lettuce.
Ognari, that's an ognari.
Yes, one of the things I love.
High in antioxidant.
This is for you to taste while I speak. Nature color codes the good stuff, and this is red, and it has an antioxidant alphabet inside it. Vitamins A, B, C, D, and E. And the thing is not just rich in antioxidants, but also very rich in protein. So 50 grams of protein per 50 grams per 3.5 ounces. I'm so blown away by how good the stuff is, and so tempted to nibble what is in my hand that I'm getting tongue-tied here. But really, one thing I want to tell your listeners about are these superfoods from the ocean. And when the superfood among the superfood is, of course, the red seaweed. Yes. And the thing that makes it so special is carrageenan. Now, I know you have a background.
Carrageenan, yes.
Yes, in the dairy industry, so I don't have to tell you about the good stuff about carrageenan, but found in so many dairy products, found in so many vegan products as well, It's used as an emulsifier, so whether it's a drink or a yogurt or many beverages, you can find the carrageenan in there. And you know, there's some fascinating research that I read recently which involves carrageenan and winter, though we're on is it our second day of spring? It does not feel like the second day of spring. But the stuff about the carrageenan that I was reading was that there's been some research done where it was used as a nasal spray, and it has antiviral and antibacterial properties, which
Really?
is, yes, because it can reduce the duration of the common cold.
Really?
Yes, and I thank goodness
Carrageenan?
it can. Yes, as a nasal spray. There is more and more research being done. You know, it's like the wonder foods that are coming out of the Amazon. People are investigating things that we know it from sushi, of course. We've used it from sushi, or perhaps you've had it as, you know, one of these organic seaweed snacks. But people are finding many active, bioactive ingredients in things like red seaweed. And
Gail, before we're ahead of our whatever we're doing, can you explain to the people what hydroponic farming is?
Okay. Yes, I get so excited about eating it that
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you about how to do it if you want to do it yourself. Well, I got this one on sale on the web. So you can pick up a bargain on the web. Google hydroponic, oops, did not mean to say that, but internet search
Internet search, okay.
hydroponic gardening, and you can find commercial units on sale, but you can very easily make your own as well. You know, the things you need is like a bucket and tubing and things to hold liquid. You don't need to pay money for one. If you've got some kind of a garden or a basement, you have probably got all the things you need to be doing hydroponic farming right there. So internet search hydroponic farming, and there are many videos which will take you through exactly the kinds of things that you need to be able to do this yourself. But just as a reminder,
Any special chemicals you add onto the water?
plant food, and you once again get them on the web. They're a liquid. The ones that I use for this little unit, it's a half a capful every 2 weeks, and I'm on my second or third growing now, and most of the bottle is left. So you can find both, and that's all you need, and water.
Another questions that I like to ask you is, seaweed, for example, is salt water plant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you do hydroponic, which is a regular pH water?
Yes, you
You know.
absolutely can. When I have been doing my hydroponic gardening, I've been using distilled water.
Distilled.
Yes, and you know, so you need an enclosed structure. So if you've got a patio or a basement,
Can I use that?
yes, you could absolutely use that outside. That is for those of you who can't see, we're looking onto a very sunny patio.
Yes.
And it's getting so much morning sun that I would say that you're not going to need growing lights.
Uh-huh.
Now, one thing you will need if you are growing in a basement or in an enclosed space are growing lights. Now, when I got this unit, I had a choice of growing lights, and I went with the cheapest. I should have gone with the one that the strongest lights for what I could afford, because it is the light that does the magic with the water and the little bit of nutrients you add to get you the incredible growth of the plants. When they say that plants grown hydroponically can grow up to 5 times faster than normal plants, they are absolutely not joking. I have seen basil leaves grow from about this size overnight to this size, not
Oh my
kidding.
goodness. I'm going I guarantee you, next time you come back here, I will have a unit like this.
You know, you and you mustn't make the mistake that I did. I wanted to see how big and how fast they would grow, so I didn't harvest them often enough. If you are growing something like Thai basil is a triffid in disguise. It grows incredibly fast.
Really?
Yes, so cut it back. It is good to cut your plants back. You'll get new, fresh growth. And personally, I found in the end that I preferred, you become a connoisseur over leaf size that you
Oh.
prefer. The smaller basil leaves, I thought they had more taste, more flavor than the bigger ones. I think it's everybody's preference. So, you know, see which leaves you like. Are you a small leaf, a medium leaf, or a big leaf person?
Okay, how about fruits like strawberries?
You can grow strawberries, you can grow spinach, lettuce, watercress, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, kale, strawberries, mint, and basil, you know. And I have personally grown more than one kind of basil. As I said, the Thai
Yes,
basil
the Thai and
is
the
a
regular
beast.
thing.
The one thing that disappointed me was dill. I give my D a
How about rosemary?
dill a
Can you
dill.
can you
I
do
haven't
rosemary?
grown rosemary yet, but that would be a very interesting one to try. You know, you can get the little pods that you insert in this unit. You can get them pre-planted, and that's what I got. But you can also use your own seeds, and I would experiment if I was you. You know, I would baby steps. I would go first with if you buy a unit, I would go with the one that comes with your unit. But then afterwards, experiment. Use your own seeds if you've got heirloom seeds.
Okay, now let me ask you about some legalities here. Can people grow marijuana in this thing?
I don't know. One would have to go by the rules and regulations of each state, and we're in Illinois, we're filming in Illinois. I don't know how far your footprint is. I don't actually know what the legislation is for Illinois, but absolutely, if you're going to grow something and you think there might be a legal reason for you not to grow it, check whether it's legal
Yes.
or not.
You know, I can see a whole wide range of plants here, from seaweeds to fruits, tomatoes, and of course, this big.
That's a giant pepper. You know, you can get very, very big indoor units.
But your machine is too small.
Yes, yes. So, you know, these are just examples of what you could
What
grow.
you can grow.
Yeah, yeah. So something like this, if you had a commercial unit or a big, like a 50-gallon container that you would grow it in, you could grow something like a pepper. You can also get miniature peppers, and you can get seeds for miniature peppers. You know, like I said, experiment and see what will grow for you.
Okay, I can see mostly herbs and vegetables. And how about other kind of plants? Can you do hydroponic in, like, for example, an apple?
An apple. Apples, an apple tree. I've not seen apples grown hydroponically. You know, that would be how old are apples when they first start to flower and bear
Let's
fruit?
say 7 years.
Yeah. So, you know.
Well, you can get
that's-
a grafted plants
Yes.
from the nursery.
So, you know, it is possible. If I have grown, I've never had anything not grow that I've tried to grow hydroponically.
How about rooting it? For example, I have a citrus plant, and I have a cutting. Will it root using the hydroponic?
You can try first in just water. I don't add plant hormones, but there are plant hormones that you can get, and of course I'm now it's been a long time since I talked about plant hormones, but you can get commercial plant hormones that encourage
Rooting.
yes.
Yeah.
So you can I would make sure that if you're using something like that, I would want to be personally organic from the start, so that I wouldn't want to use a rooting hormone on something I was going to eat afterwards, even if it's a few years afterwards. So do check whether, if you think about it, for your garden, there are plant boosters that you can get which either encourage rooting or flowering, and it depends on the nitrogen content, of whatever it is. So just check whatever you're going to use.
Do you need a water circulation?
There is a little pump in here.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
for aeration. Yes.
Just aerating so no algae can grow in there.
It's better for the roots to have an access to air. What people do is sometimes, the stone like you use in a fish tank
Yeah.
to bubble and keep it going, or to have just a little pump. I actually found absolutely no alga after 90 days growth the last time I used this unit. I was very impressed. No alga. I did, however, find that the Thai basil's roots had grown everywhere.
Will it kill it? The algae will kill it?
Algae and biofilms are always to be avoided. You smile, you ex-dairy industry person.
Yeah.
So avoid them if you can. I've found that working hygienically, always with clean hands, starting with, I cleaned out the unit very well before, with hot water and with dishwash liquid. It's more that the alga can get into the pump and can get into places that are hard to reach and hard to clean. So when you change out your unit, make sure you clean it really, really well. Get some tweezers. It's the roots, there's no algae, but the roots really do get everywhere.
I see.
Be prepared. Next time round, when I grow Thai basil, I'm going to cut the roots back. Simple solution.
Another question that I have, the planet Earth is getting overpopulated with humans. We're over 6 billion people on planet Earth. Is hydroponic the answer to
it could
sustainability?
Be. And it gets back to the ocean and the sea around the Philippines and so many countries in Southeast Asia being absolutely perfect for hydroponic farming. Yes, family farmers are finding that it's an excellent way to make a business. And some of these people in some places are coming from reef trawling, fish dynamiting, so very destructive industries.
Yes.
And now they're in this positive industry, which is seaweed farming.
Seaweed farming.
They're
mostly in the Philippines, I noticed that mostly Karajinan is what they're making the seaweed out of.
It's an absolutely wonderful source of carrageenan, yes.
Yeah.
It's a great product to export. So it's a great source of income for the country. And, it's not just in Asia, but in Zanzibar. Women have started seaweed farming. And it's a great source of empowerment for them, because for the first time they're earning their own money. And when you earn your own money and you want to send your kids to school, you can send your kids to school. So
how do you, we are, the problem there is the technical know-how on how to raise it, how to process it, and maybe how to package it.
The farmers are selling to companies which, as I understand it, either they're part of a cooperative or they are selling to people who will immediately, do whatever needs to be done to the seaweed. In some cases, like my personal favorite, yes, the red seaweed. Again, this has just been air dried. In many places, I've seen the air drying happening on the beach. What is fascinating, you need to grow seaweed in seawater, so salt water.
Or can I make my sea salt though? I mean, by putting
to do it in the home.
Yeah.
If one can do, a saltwater aquarium.
I used to have salt saltwater aquarium.
And you had plants growing in
Yes.
there? Exactly. So, but you know, there are some systems, some commercial systems, where they mix growing fish in with the hydroponics
Oh my
as
good.
well. And the fish are in the tanks where the water is, and they play their part in the ecosystem too. So, you know, the thing is, there's so much conventional wisdom out there, but try things for yourself and experiment, and you may just be delighted with what you find, and you know, the taste and the smell. Oh, the smell is out of this world.
Yes, yes. And, my director is signaling me our time's almost out. Last word from you, Doctor.
Well, you can follow my adventures with hydroponics on Twitter or Instagram. I am at ZAGRRL. So I have photographs from when they're small and as they grow, and you can see how my plants are growing, and come and say hello. Give me a virtual wave. I'd
Okay.
love to hear from you.
We will say hello, and we'll go hydroponic from now on, because I think organic farming is hydroponic is the solution to guaranteed organic farming, because nothing you add in there except water and some plant hormones.
A little, well, no, not plant hormones, a little bit of plant food.
Plant food. Again, this is Joe Mauricio. I hope you enjoyed our chat with Dr. Barnes about hydroponics, and I'm sure that this kind of unit hydroponic is solution to starving population of the world,
And it's a good, nutritious source of
and
protein.
guaranteed organic. I guarantee no chemicals has been added to this gadget. All you
Yep.
gotta do is watch your plant grow. Start with Thai basil.
Be warned, it grows like crazy.
Again, this is Joe Mauricio, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the expert advice on hydroponic system. Grow your own plant, and I guarantee organic vegetables for sure. No chemicals added. Just grow your own plant in a water. Again, this is Joe Mauricio. Thank you very much, Dr. Barnes. And let's see. Yes.